Have you ever felt like the harder you try, the further away your goal gets? Like chasing a dream down a hallway that keeps stretching out of reach? A job you wanted desperately? A relationship you poured your heart into? Success that seemed just around the corner, but the more you pushed, the more it slipped away. What if the secret wasn't in pushing harder, but in letting go? It might sound counterintuitive, but this idea, this radical acceptance of what is, was at the very heart of an ancient philosophy that continues to resonate today. The Stoics, wise thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed that real peace doesn't come from control. It comes from surrender, from flowing with life, not fighting against it. In this video, we'll explore why letting go isn't weakness, it's a superpower. You'll learn how forcing things can actually create struggle, and how embracing the Stoic mindset can lead to clarity, strength, and inner calm. So stay with me until the end. You might just see your life in a whole new light. Let's start with a simple truth. We don't control as much as we think. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic, running late, to a critical meeting, horns blare. You're gripping the steering wheel, tapping anxiously, willing the cars to move, but they don't. You stress, you curse, but nothing changes. Why? Because it's not in your control. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic minds, taught that the only thing truly within our control is our own mind, our thoughts, our choices, our responses. Everything else, the weather, traffic, other people's actions, is out of our hands. So what happens when we try to control the uncontrollable? We suffer. We spin our wheels emotionally, getting nowhere. But when we realign our expectations, when we stop asking reality to match our desires and start aligning our desires with reality, we find peace. Ask yourself, is this thing I'm stressing over truly within my control? If the answer is no, then let it go. Don't waste your energy trying to shape the wind. Instead, adjust your sails. We live in a culture that glorifies hustle, push harder, try more, fight for it. But what if that mentality is exactly what's holding us back? Imagine someone desperately clinging to a failing relationship. They text constantly. They overthink every silence. They chase affection, trying to force closeness. But what happens? That energy doesn't attract love, it repels it. Why? Because force creates resistance. Seneca put it beautifully. Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling. In other words, if you resist the flow of life, you'll be dragged through it anyway, just with more pain. When we force things to happen, we often act out of fear of losing, fear of missing out. But true strength lies in trusting the process, in knowing that what is meant for you will arrive, and what isn't will pass, no matter how tightly you cling. So ask yourself, am I flowing with life, or am I swimming upstream, exhausting myself? Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is stop fighting and start trusting. Attachment is one of the deepest roots of suffering. We cling to people, to outcomes, to identities. We define ourselves by our job title, our relationship status, our achievements. But what happens when those things are threatened or taken away? Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. But if you open your hand gently, it stays. Life works the same way. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing your need to control how everything turns out. It means freeing yourself from the fear that without these attachments, you are nothing. When we release attachment, we create space for peace, for perspective, and for life to unfold naturally. We stop clinging to a specific version of what should be and start appreciating what is. This is where emotional freedom begins. Look at a tree in the middle of winter. It doesn't panic because its branches are bare. It doesn't rush. The spring, it simply waits, quietly, confidently, because it knows its time will come. Nature doesn't force growth, it unfolds. Slowly, steadily, and in perfect harmony with the seasons. So why do we expect our lives to move faster? Why do we demand instant results, overnight change, immediate rewards? The Stoics believed in living in accordance with nature. That means accepting that everything has its rhythm, relationships, careers, healing, even failure. Forcing fruit to ripen early only leaves it bitter. So instead of racing against time, ask, what season of life am I in? Am I planting, growing, resting? Can I trust that, like the tree, I too am growing, even when nothing seems to be happening on the surface? Letting go is not a weakness. It's wisdom. It's choosing to stop fighting battles you were never meant to win. It's embracing the truth that peace isn't found in controlling everything. It's found in responding wisely when we can't. So the next time you find yourself forcing, pushing, struggling, pause, breathe, and ask, is this mine to control? If not, release it with grace, with courage, with the quiet strength the Stoics knew well. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is let go. So, as we talked about before, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means learning to trust, to align with life's current rather than swim against it. But what happens when things still don't fall into place, even after we surrender? That's where patience and wisdom comes in. Just because something isn't happening right now doesn't mean it never will. It's a hard truth to accept, especially in a world that rewards speed, instant results, and constant progress. But sometimes life simply needs more time. And more often than not, we need time too. Time to grow, to gain clarity, to truly be ready for the thing we think we want so badly. Trust the timing of your life. Imagine planting a seed. You water it, give it sunlight, and check every day to see if it's sprouted. But no matter how much you want that plant to grow, you can't rush it. If you dig it up to see if it's working, you only harm the process. Growth happens in silence, underground, where you can't see it. But that doesn't mean it isn't happening. In the same way, some dreams, goals, and relationships need space to breathe and unfold on their own. It's not about doing nothing. It's about understanding that the process is just as meaningful as the result. Sometimes, what you think you need right now is simply not ready. Or maybe, you're not quite ready for it yet. Patience isn't passive. It's powerful. Now you might be wondering, does embracing the flow of life mean we should just sit back and wait for things to happen? Absolutely not. The Stoics were doers. They valued meaningful action, but the kind that comes from clarity, not chaos. It's about taking thoughtful, purposeful steps without being consumed by the need to control every outcome. Think of an archer. He spends years training. He draws the bow, takes careful aim, and then he lets the arrow fly. But the moment it leaves his hand, it's out of his control. The wind may shift, the target may move. All he can do is release with precision and let go of the result. That's the kind of action the Stoics believed in. In your own life, take action. Absolutely. Show up. Do the work. But don't obsess over forcing every detail into place. Don't waste energy trying to manipulate the outcome. Instead, focus on the process, the discipline, the effort, and let life take care of the rest. The truth is, effort and outcome are not always directly connected. Sometimes you give everything you have and still fall short. But if your actions came from a place of intention and integrity, then you've already succeeded. Some of the greatest strength you'll ever experience comes not from control, but from surrender. That may sound countercultural, maybe even weak, but think about it. How much energy do we waste trying to manipulate life, people, and events? We plot, we push, we panic, and still, things often don't go as planned. But when you stop trying to force everything into place, something amazing happens. You begin to feel lighter, calmer, more grounded. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let that sink in. True power isn't in controlling what happens around you. It's in mastering how you respond to it. It's in choosing presence over panic, wisdom over worry, peace over pressure. Surrender isn't giving up. It's gaining clarity. It's knowing the difference between what you can influence and what you simply cannot. And once you live from that place, the world stops feeling so heavy because you're no longer trying to carry it all. If there's one constant in life, it's uncertainty. And yet, so many of us fear it. We want guarantees. We want plans. We want to know exactly how things will turn out. But life doesn't work that way. The Stoics didn't just accept uncertainty, they welcomed it. Why? Because within the unknown lies possibility, growth, transformation. Picture the ocean, endless, shifting, powerful. It can't be predicted, it can't be controlled, but it's full of life, movement, discovery. Life is the same, and when you stop fearing what might go wrong, you make space for everything that might go right. Uncertainty challenges us. It breaks routine. It pushes us out of our comfort zones. And in doing so, it offers us the chance to see things from new perspectives, to find solutions we never would have imagined if everything stayed the same. So when life throws you into unfamiliar territory, don't panic, don't freeze. Ask yourself, what can I learn here? What opportunity might be hiding inside this moment of discomfort? The future may be unpredictable, but that doesn't make it a threat. It makes it a doorway, one you can choose to walk through with fear or with curiosity. So the next time you find yourself forcing something, whether it's a relationship, a job, a decision, or even your own emotions, pause, take a deep breath, and ask, am I flowing with life or am I fighting against it? Because real strength doesn't come from force. It comes from trust, from patience, from the quiet wisdom of knowing what's yours to carry and what's not. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button. It helps more than you know. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and timeless wisdom inspired by Stoic philosophy. Until next time, remember, don't force, flow.